Hello! Welcome to Armored Warfare. For those of you who might be interested in it and have not seen it, I made a part 0 of this where I talk about the game and miscellaneous infos if you want to see it. It's basically 30 minutes of me rambling nonstop, so if you don't want to watch it, you know, no harm. Yeah, let's get into it. We're going to do, for our first mission here, we're going to do a PvP battle. Well, not mission, first video here. We're going to do a PvP battle and a mission with the Dragoon 390. Before we do that, I want to check something. Is there anything here I could get that would be good? I mean, this one's pretty good. Nah, we'll not buy anything there because I'm trying to save money up. So, let's go ahead and sneeze, apparently. Good heavens. Let's go ahead and get into a PvP battle here. I should have just clicked the button while my brain farted, but whatever. Queues are generally pretty fast, so that's always nice, and I need to sneeze again already. I might be alright though. It's one of those sneezes that I can feel that's not happening. But either way, the Dragoon 390 is a vehicle with wheels that is made of tissue paper that has a very large gun. It is meant to destroy tanks. That is its job. It's a tank destroyer, so it has the tank destroyer bonus of increased damage while at maximum accuracy. So we're going to try and use that to the best of our abilities. And because I'm recording, we got the pipelines map, which if you're recording or streaming this game, it's mandatory that you get the pipelines map, so prepare to see that a whole bunch of times. But either way, this is the game. The UI is probably familiar to those of you who have played World of Tanks or something similar to that. Do I not have audio? I think I have audio, it's just really quiet for some reason. Oh, there it is. There's tier 1s in this match for some reason, but on the left is our team, on the right is their team. You can see respective vehicle types. The Diamond is a main battle tank. The
Gunner, scan for targets. Affirmative. Driver, move out.
Where's the crossing here? I think it's right here. The not filled in Diamond is a light vehicle. The Triangle is a tank destroyer. And that's all that's in this match at the moment, so that's all we'll discuss. You've got my aim, my reload time is the blue circle. My health is the, not blue circle, blue line on the circle. My health is the green line on the circle. And my little aiming reticule is that green circle. I'm gonna park myself right here and wait. Now, another thing this game does that's quite nice, and that little yellow box, if you can even see it, there we go. Yellow box around my aiming reticule means I have bonus damage applied because I'm at maximum accuracy. It's a tank destroyer thing. The nice thing about this, in the bottom left there, those of you who haven't played this, but have played something else, there's a icon down there with a tank and a little gray bar, or a bunch of little gray bars specifically. That is your active camouflage rating. If I move, you see it goes down a little bit. When I fire, it will go down a lot as well. So when I shoot, just watch that, basically. I'm not in a particularly good spot, but there's not a whole lot of particularly good spots on this map for me to use, so I'm basically waiting to see where the enemy shows up.
No pen.
Really, no pen. Something's up with my sound settings. I don't know what it is, but
No effect.
my sound seems off. Hopefully it's not in the recording. I'm at a terrible place, so I really shouldn't even be bothering with whatever it is I'm doing here. Which is basically shooting main battle tanks in the front, if you're curious. And there's that part, that in part 0 I complained about. You can shoot the commander's hatch and do full damage. Which is a thing you shouldn't be able to do, but you can. So I will, basically, is how that works. What, is there anything else I need to specifically mention, apart from...
No pen.
Apart from me just shooting tanks and then hitting it in the wrong spot.
Target hit.
There we go. Every time I hit something with a tank destroyer, not every time, but a lot of the time I hit something with a tank destroyer, you'll notice it say sniper bonus. That means I got the tank destroyer maximum accuracy bonus. Now that indicator means he's been designated by a scout vehicle, basically. So if I shoot him, which I won't be able to because he won't let me. Oh, there's an artillery in this match. That's an artillery. He's doing his thing. I think, yeah, both teams have one. This game will balance artillery on each team, and it will only put 2 artillery on any given team at any given time. Makes artillery queues pretty long, but it makes it balanced. I was probably saying something, but I forgot. This is your standard 15v15 capture the base or destroy all enemies kind of thing, by the way. Oh, hello. Oh. There's a train over there blocking my view. Apparently.
Hostile PC.
Hello. Well, because I've been spotted, and you might notice the game is so kind to tell me I've been spotted, I'm gonna basically just... Whoop. I'm gonna shove myself down here and hope no one shoots me is basically my game plan here. So someone over there fired at me. Which means I know I have a firing line on someone over there. I'm about to be spotted again anyway. Well, maybe not.
Nailed him.
Maybe it was that guy that shot me, who knows. I'm too close, so every time I shoot someone, every time I shoot, basically, I'm gonna get lit up, which is generally not good. But hey, it's pipelines, so I usually don't have a lot of good positioning choices. Hello.
Tank.
I thought he was going to keep moving, so I shot preemptively. Now that guy apparently has an anti-tank guided missile, which is good to know. How far are we backing up here, my buddy? Excuse me, how far are we backing up here? Apparently he's backing up far enough to shoot at someone over there. Somehow I didn't hit that dude, which is amazing, to be honest.
Up. Identify. Hostile tank.
I am not making a very good showing this round, if you haven't noticed that yet.
We're hit.
This T3 match, though.
Identify. Hostile tank.
Excuse me. Whoop. Excuse me. Just doing wheelies. Don't mind me. I am a wheeled vehicle. I am allowed to do wheelies. I spotted somebody over there. I think it was that guy.
They got lucky.
They got lucky. Did they now? Well, that was an awful shot on that guy's part. That, however, was not. I thought I was at a firing angle on that guy, but apparently I wasn't. You've probably also noticed that wheeled vehicles don't have very good braking times. Takes me a little bit to stop moving, which is unfortunate. I could be doing a heck of a lot more damage than I currently am, if you haven't figured that out yet. Oh, balls.
Multiple systems hit. Ricochet, no effect.
And then I ricocheted. So he hit both of my tires. Both of my front tires, by the way. Hopefully I don't get shot in the side doing...
Identify. Hostile tank.
Currently nothing, because I got stuck on a rock because I'm incapable of maneuvering because both of my front tires are broken. Also, I'm basically just incapable of maneuvering anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm basically... You put me in a wheeled vehicle and I'm basically drunkard. There's my flat front tire. Interestingly, wheels will continue working despite being completely destroyed according to the UI, so...
Target eliminated.
It's not all that bad. They will only start repairing if you are stationary. So if you need to fix your tires on a wheeled vehicle, you have to completely stop and sit there for a little bit. And there's an Abbott somewhere, which is an artillery. He's probably over there, doing his thing.
Wheels repaired.
Which is apparently not a whole lot, if you're curious on what his thing is. Artillery in general, you're not going to see artillery, you know, with huge amounts of damage. You're probably going to see them with middle of the road damage levels. That T-54 is probably going to die in a second anyway, so... Whee! What happens if you run into the wall? That just stops you. Alright. I was curious. So that was a very poor showing, and to be honest, most of my showings are very poor. So, very poor, not very poor. That doesn't make any sense at all. So there's your PvP match. And we'll do a PvE match as well, because why not? We'll probably stick to this system in the future. We'll do a PvP match and a PvE match for each vehicle. Depending. We might skip the PvE on certain vehicles because reasons, basically. But either way, let's queue up for PvP. When you start PvP, this is the screen you get. It gives you a tutorial, which is a solo mission, and it teaches you the basics about PvP. It's PvE. What? It teaches you the basics about contracts. We're going to start a medium contract, though, which is unlocked at tier 3, I believe. Hard is unlocked at tier 5. Used to be tier 4, but it was changed so that you need a tier 5 to do a hard mission, because tier 4s are not useful really in the slightest in a hard mission, as it turns out. I figured that out firsthand. I basically died almost immediately. It made me sad. Anyway, here we are. For PvE missions, it's a fairly simple, there's a couple of different types of missions, basically. It's a fairly simple system where you have objectives, and every time you do an objective, a bunch of enemies will spawn in certain locations or whatever. It's a fairly simple system, but it is nice to have. So for this particular mission, our primary objective is to capture the base. The base is going to be right over there. If you look in the top left of the map-ish, you can see a small white circle that I'm wiggling my line over. That's our objective. We have a secondary objective of destroy 3 supply trucks, and those will spawn randomly around the map and be marked for us. I don't know what is going on with that Object 155's
Black Company. There's no time to
thing
lose.
there, but whatever.
The NPAA shot down one of our choppers and they're closing in on them.
Up.
There's critical intel in there that we need. Get over there and secure that bird.
I also turn my lights on. I didn't mention that before, but you have headlights and brake lights and all that jazz. They don't do anything for your camo, but other players can see them. I believe friendly players only, I'm not entirely sure. Being a tank destroyer and being squishy, I'm going to try to be careful about my positioning here, but that's not always an option.
Hostile PC. Nailed them.
And I got spotted. Ooh, there's some lag there. I got spotted, so I do need to be a bit careful.
Penetrated.
Especially around scorpions, because they fire high explosive ammunition. Alright, well, let's head this way. When you start up a mission, there will be a bunch of pre-spawned enemies like this. Basically, it's just a bunch of AI vehicles that spawned at the start of the mission. I shouldn't have taken that shot, but I did anyway. I've been spotted. And of course, everything I want to shoot at is driving away from where I'm currently aiming, because I'm a nincompoop. This is how you don't get any experience.
Those supply trucks belong to the NPAA.
Direct
Black
hit.
Company, if you can, destroy their supply trucks.
Also, shooting
not
early
let
is
them
how you don't
expand
get
into
any
this area.
experience.
Hostile tank.
Fortunately, you've decided to drive over there and get blown up by a leopard. For some reason, oh, that's why I saw that guy for a second. He's scooted himself around that corner. So the supply trucks are the little white squares on the map, or little blue squares, or whatever they happen to be. I'm gonna basically scoot myself in this direction and see if I can spot that supply truck over here somewhere. There it is. I think. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. It's just like behind something, or is it down a little bit? Oh, it's down a little bit. That would explain that then.
Good
Ah,
work.
that guy will just blow it
You've
up. That
gone
works
above
too.
and beyond, and I'll make sure you're rewarded for it.
Now, generally in missions, as I mentioned, once you start something or once you complete something, it'll trigger a bunch of enemies. So once someone drives into that, it's going to spawn a whole bunch of hostile vehicles to come basically attempt to murder us. They're all going to converge on this point here. That guy's going to somewhat foolishly drive right over there and keep me from shooting anything.
Target eliminated.
Moderately makes me sad, but it's not the first time that's happened. Generally, people will want you to not capture
Target destroyed.
during PvE. But, you know, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. I usually end up capturing.
Hostile tank.
Hello.
Good hit.
Good hit. There are also bosses that will spawn. Basically, it's just
Target eliminated.
slightly more aggressive AI with much more health and all of that jazz.
Good hit.
I'll let him have that, or someone have that, since they're driving forward to play. That guy's got a 3. Oh, someone did 3 damage to him, that's what happened.
Target down.
The more aggressive you are in most cases until you get to hard missions, the much better off your experience gain is going to be, so. For the most part, I recommend you be relatively aggressive about your attacks and technically defending and all of that jazz. Till you get to hard. Once you get to hard, you should be defensive. Make sure you've got your armor positioned properly. If you need to go hold down, try to find a spot where you can go hold down and all that. Or you could be that guy and name yourself Toasty Britches, which I just noticed. I believe PvP is for if you're good at PvP. PvP is for general progression. You'll get a ton of credits out of PvP, as my door shuts from the hair being turned on, if you could hear that. You'll get a ton of credits out of PvP and you'll get a fair amount of reputation or experience. If you do PvE, it's a really easy way to get a lot of experience or reputation. I didn't do anything in that match, so there you go. I was last place, didn't get anything. But you won't get very much credits, so it'll be difficult if you do a lot of PvE to buy a bunch of vehicles. If you do a lot of PvP, you're going to have an overwhelming amount of currency with nothing to spend it on, so be aware of that. And I don't remember what I was purchasing. I think I wanted to purchase a Sheridan or something, so whatever, let's buy a Sheridan. You can have automatic everything, which I recommend you always turn on, and there you go. We now have a Sheridan. Notice I didn't buy a garage slot or anything. It's just here. It's quite nice. Anyway, that's for some other video. This video is about the Dragoon, so there it is. I could show you the stats on it for those of you who care. 224 millimeters of penetration. I believe it is fully upgraded. Not quite, but close enough. This thing is fast. This is the thing about wheeled vehicles. They are fast. This thing has a max speed of 117 kilometers an hour. That's fast. Leopard here, 64. M60, 48. Scorpion, 61. Wheeled vehicles tend to go very fast. They lack a bit of maneuverability because they have wheels and not tracks. They can't turn in place and stuff like that. So things to keep in mind. But there you go. It's a neat little thing. Sometimes if you're on a hill and you shoot, you'll almost tip yourself over, but you know, it's a cute little vehicle with a large gun. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.